Hello, everyone. We should be live here. Welcome to a little bit of Resident Evil Reverse, the video game bundled with Resident Evil Village. And we got some news about it, which really isn't that great. It was delayed again. And we're doing this live right now. This is a live stream, and I just plan on being alive for like 10 minutes here, and then you'll be able to watch this as a video. And we'll talk about what's going on with Reverse, what's going on with Resistance, and then maybe some other games you can look at in the meantime, since everything is always getting delayed, including this game. So here's the tweet where they just announced that they're delaying Resident Evil Reverse until 2022 sometime. No specific date. I mean, kind of same nature where there was going to come out sometime in July, but they never gave us a date. So the tweet says, the previously announced July 2021 launch of Resident Evil Reverse is being moved to 2022 so that the team can continue to deliver a smooth gameplay experience. We will share updated launch details at a later time. Thank you for your patience and understanding. And then for players who purchase the physical version, they say that you should go ahead and use your code to download it now so that you're ready when the game launches next year. Now, the game was supposed to come out with Village, and that was 2 months ago, and now it's delayed until sometime 2022. So at best, it's coming out in January. At worst, it's coming out in December. Either way, that's a pretty hefty delay. So I'm not sure what has gone so wrong with Reverse, but something did. You could tell even just during the beta, something was really wrong. I don't know what it was, but something is not okay. So I don't know why they're delaying it. I don't know if it's something kind of more business strategy, or if it's just something technical, or if they're planning on redoing things. Either way, pretty hefty delay. So with that, well, there's a few other things to talk about that have been kind of looming. So one of those things is this right here. This is the Resident Evil Resistance steamDB page. And what's significant here, and we've been talking about it on the streams. We stream every single day, twitch.tv/SwingPoynt. Links in the description for that. And we'll be going over there after I'm done with the stream. This is only going to take like 10 minutes. If you take a look at the branches here, there have been things that have been happening. So if you recall, a long time ago with Resistance, they were like, yeah, we're done. Maybe we'll come back to it, but we're done. And that was about, 9-10 months ago. Whenever October was, right? And then they just stopped touching it because they said they were done. But for some reason, these branches have been updating again as of the last couple of weeks. And if we go ahead and take a look here, 1 second here, you'll see that if you scroll down, it says T4, T5, T6, T7, T8. These are presumably version numbers that they were doing. This was their cadence with updates. Well, now suddenly we have a new branch, which is the T9. And then also they're doing these QA branches, which are completely new. So it makes you feel like something's going on with Resistance. And maybe I should have clarified. If you don't know what a branch is on steamDB, steamDB is a site that just kind of keeps track of everything Steam. I don't know why it exists, but it exists. And the branches are this right here. I had this already pulled up for you. So a branch, definition here on steamDB, is an application can have multiple branches other than the public branch. So presumably the public branch is the version that is the one that everyone's playing. Other branches are often used for storing older versions of the game, for people to downgrade to, or for testing new patches/content. These can often be found in the Betas tab of the Steam client. Some branches require a password, so they won't be visible in the drop-down list. So also to clarify that, these do require passwords anyway. So something's going on. I don't know what it means. Nobody knows what it means. Something to keep in mind, along with this though, is that Resident Evil 3 is also getting some of this. So if we go ahead and we take a look at the depots here and the branches, they're also getting these QA dev ones, but they're not getting the other updates. Like, these are all still done. They're not getting new versions of content. They're just getting the QA passes. So I think that's a little interesting, which gives me a little bit less faith in what's going on here, but it's these T9s that are really interesting to me. Now, again, I really want to keep repeating that I don't know any of what this means or why it's existing the way it's existing. I just know something's happening. All right. I'm not telling you what's happening. I just know something's happening. And this could mean nothing. The theory for a while was that these updates here were going to be something lame like, hey, Reverse is out now. Go check it out. They're going to have like a banner inside of Resistance, and then it would tell you to go to Reverse. But now that Reverse is delayed until who knows when, these become a lot more interesting, IMO. Don't know why they would be sitting here working on Resistance if Reverse isn't even going to be out for a long time. So maybe they're updating something. Maybe they're fixing something. Maybe they are changing how you can play the game. Maybe it's going to be free distribution. Maybe none of this means anything and they're just doing stuff in the background. I don't know. Honestly, though, if I recall, let me refresh this. I was going to say there was a QA dev one here. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on, but they're having multiple branches and the QA dev stuff is new. So they're doing QA stuff now. I don't know why these things exist. I don't know what all these letters mean, what they stand for, but something's happening. So if you're a Resistance fan, this might be nice. It might be hope. I also am of the opinion that don't get your hopes up until we know something's happening. But this is the most concrete thing that we've seen so far. This isn't rumors. This is actually happening, whatever it is. Now, I don't know that that means that Neobard is even working on the game. You know, Capcom has their own team that does stuff. So this could just be Capcom working on stuff, and who knows what that could be. I wouldn't immediately think of this as content. I think Neobards were kind of the content people. They were the ones creating how the game was going to be. And then who knows what this could be. But I'm not so sure that they're making new content for this. We'll see. My biggest hope is that it's going to be they distribute it differently or maybe make it its own thing. Who knows? But now on the topic of what we should do with all this information. So we know that Reverse is delayed until who knows when. I think this is indefinitely. Like they say 2022, but that's not a real accurate time. That could be 12 months of range there. So with Reverse being delayed until who knows when, with Resistance having things tingle in the background for some reason, what can you do in the meantime? I went ahead and I put a collection of games together that I think would really match with people who are into Resistance. Now, my history in terms of games that I've played a lot multiplayer-wise are like Resistance, Friday the 13th, the game, Dead by Daylight. So those type of genres are something that I think all these upcoming games I'm talking about are something that you'd be interested in and that I'm going to end up covering. So let's go down the list here. I think from... it's so confusing because everything's constantly getting delayed. So let's go from nearest release to latest release. So the nearest thing that's going to be happening, even though it's not its official release, is going to be Back 4 Blood. This game is made by Turtle Rock Studios, same people that made the original Left 4 Dead, and they're basically making another Left 4 Dead game, except it's going to be totally different in terms of how much it's fleshed out. Way more content, way more depth, way more breadth. Part of what's awesome about Back 4 Blood is they also, like Resistance, have a card system. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to make builds, and there's going to be unique characters, and there's going to be unique maps, and there's going to be PvP, but there's going to be PvE. This game, in my opinion, is the biggest game to be excited about. If you're a fan of Resistance, if you're a fan of just zombie games, this is the game. This is the game. Now, speaking of delays, this game was supposed to come out in June. Now it got delayed till October, but there's a beta coming out, which I think maybe everybody's going to be able to play. Not sure about that. Coming up in the beginning of August, like August 5th? I don't know. You can check. You can take a look at my Twitter. I think beginning of August is when you're going to be able to try this game out. I played the closed alpha and I actually have videos of this on the channel if you want to check out Back 4 Blood. But this is the game that I would be extremely excited for so many reasons, honestly. Yeah, open beta details right here. So early access and then open beta. So I don't know why there's an early access. It's probably like pre-ordering. Yep, sure enough, pre-ordering. Either way, this is the game to be excited for. And there's a lot of reasons to be excited for it. You can do your own research, but it's going to be extremely deep and extremely fun. And I'm excited for it. Now on to the next game here, which is presumably going to come out when it's supposed to, is Aliens Fireteam Elite. This is also going to be very similar to a Left 4 Dead kind of game, co-op type style. It's supposed to be coming out August 24th, 2021. The bit of gameplay that I did see from it looks pretty fun, looks pretty interesting. I'm curious to see how it's going to compare to Back for Blood, because Back for Blood is going to be like the premier co-op type of thing. And I'm not sure if Fireteam Elite's going to be the same scale as Back for Blood, but I do think it's still going to be a lot of fun. So check out Aliens Fireteam Elite. I'm going to be checking it out on the channel, but just know that it exists. And again, if you're a fan of horror, Alien has a really, deep-rooted horror following, or like, how do I say this? Everybody knows what Alien is in the horror community. How about that? That's what I'm really trying to say here. So if you're an Alien fan, you're finally getting another game. I know the last time we had one was what, Alien Isolation? At least the last one I can remember. Now, on to the next thing. Speaking of horror and old horror stuff, horror aficionados, The Evil Dead is also coming out with another game. Now, this game to me seems very similar to, I would say, a Friday the 13th game. Based off of what I've seen from it, looking at trailers and such, this seems like the next best thing if you were a Friday the 13th the game fan. There's going to be, an enemy, kind of like Jason was in Friday the 13th, except I can't remember what it's called in here. I can't remember what it's called, but there's the entity or whatever it is that goes ahead and attacks all the survivors that are in this game here. And then you get to play as iconic characters from the Evil Dead universe, and it looks really good. Made by the same people that did World War Z the game, which is an excellent game that got extremely overshadowed, and I wish more people knew about World War Z the game. Awesome game, awesome developers. They have a really good history of working on awesome things. I'm very excited about Evil Dead the game. This is going to come out in 2021, presumably, but they also don't have a release date. So, on to the next game. This game, Rainbow Six Extraction. Gonna feel very similar to Rainbow Six Siege, except it's like Left 4 Dead zombie type of thing. I don't know why everybody's coming out with a Left 4 Dead kind of thing this year, but apparently everybody thought it was a good idea. Now, on the note of things being delayed, I was looking up the games to show you guys that you should be looking into if you're into these types of genres. And this game also got delayed today. It was supposed to come out in September, I think, and now it's not coming out until January 2022. Everything is getting delayed constantly to the point where it doesn't even feel like it's a mistake anymore. Like, I feel like I'm just kind of mad with publishers in general, and it's just getting a little obnoxious how everything is going to come out and then it gets delayed for like a year. I don't know if they do that just for... I don't know why they do it. I got a lot of theories. I'm not going to go into that, but I'm annoyed with how everything's constantly getting delayed. And this game is also delayed. So January 2022. Now, if you want something new right now, the game I'm really excited for, which has nothing to do with these other games, but I'm still really excited for it, is Pokemon Unite. Pokemon's getting a MOBA. And it comes out on the 21st on the Switch. And I'm just personally really excited about this game just because it seems like a MOBA that's a little bit easier to get into than Dota or League of Legends. Heroes of the Storm's kind of fizzled out from what I know. And I love Pokemon. So if y'all are going to need a slow bro main on your team, don't worry, I got you covered. The game looks really awesome. I'm really excited for it, but has nothing to do with the horror genre. Unless you're afraid of Pokemon, I guess. I don't know. So this is what I know. Reverse is delayed until eventually, whenever it comes out. I don't know. Something is going on with Resistance. Could be something cool, could be absolutely nothing, but something is happening. There is signs of something happening after, a long hiatus of absolutely nothing. And then there's a bunch of good games coming out, which hopefully they don't continuously get delayed. But Back 4 Blood is the one I'm most excited for. Aliens Fireteam, I think, could be one of those games you didn't see coming, but it's pretty good. Evil Dead, I think, is going to be an excellent time with your buddies as well. And I think that's going to kind of mirror more of the Friday the 13th experience, where, Back 4 Blood's more Left 4 Dead. And then Rainbow Six Extraction is going to kind of be like Left 4 Dead, but that also got delayed, so whatever. So I got this information initially off of Twitter, and I tweet about this stuff. I keep up on all this stuff, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, go right ahead. I think link is in the description for that. And I've been posting about updates for this stuff for a while now, but I don't make a YouTube video about it all the time. So that's what I got. I just wanted it to be a short stream that kind of mirrors like a video because I didn't want to sit here and record it and then edit it down and then do all that because it's going to be the same thing anyway. I can just talk straight about this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on over to twitch.tv/SwingPoynt. We stream there every single day, and that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do probably a little bit of Resistance if you guys want to go see that. And then maybe we'll do viewer games later with people on DBD. So thank you guys for being here with this video. I'm going to leave this up on the channel so you can kind of know what's going on. And I'll see you guys over on Twitch, okay? Links in the chat, links in the description. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to me. And I'll see you over on Twitch. Okay, chat. Bye-bye. Or see you